You know, sometimes the simplest of things can be quite entertaining, like a little basic program, just a screen full of colours. And also, the simplest of games can be most playable and fun. What do I mean? Well, why don't you join me now on the Retro Robin Show as we zoom all the way back to 1984 to have a look at some of these early games that we reviewed in a Crash magazine that I'm going to have a play of, and I'm going to pick the best one. And of course, we'll have a look at something new too. So, if you like a bit of retro fun and a bit of retro gaming nostalgia for the weekend, then you love a bit of 8-bit. Join me now, Retro Robins. Wayne here, and this is the Retro Robin Show. Welcome! What are we going to do today? Well, I've powered up the flux capacitor. We're going to zip back in time again to the early days of Crash this time round. Issue number 10. We've got loads of games to give the Retro Robins treatment, to give it a re-review. These were the early days, of course, and bedroom coders were all coming out the cracks of the wall from all sorts of directions. So we've got one or two unheard of names, apart from Steve Turner. Fancy me not remembering his name. Oh well, you know, sometimes you play the game, you don't pay attention to the person that created it. But I'm rectifying that mistake, and yeah, one or two games I did enjoy from that. If we get time, we'll have some Commodore versus Spectrum. Got such a lot to go through today. Goodness me, we've got so many games to go through. As well as we'll have a look at something new, which we'll do in a moment. Honourable mentions from out of the Crash was Delta Wing was a Crash mash, Pajama-Rama was also a Crash mash, and The Legend of Avalon, which also got 91% by Steve Turner. Who is that guy? I know now. Couldn't put two and two together, but yeah, it's a fabulous car, fabulous coder. That would have cost you £7.95 as well back in 1984, which wasn't cheap. Pajama-Rama would have cost you £6.95. That got 92%. And of course, Delta Wing, which I haven't, I'll confess, not played, would have got 90%, would have also cost you £6.95. Got the literature just down there, so I'm checking it out. As always, the Retro Robin Show is run on real hardware. That's right, for Commodore versus Spectrum, I'm using a real Spectrum, or in this case, I'm using the Engo clone, cloned the Spectrum Next. So yeah, that's cool. We got the 128K providing the AY tunes in the background for a little bit of atmosphere. Lovingly known as the Toast Rack, of course. Let's move on to today's first game. Okay, we're going to go for 128K. This is the first game, new game, that's been released. You've probably seen it on the Facebook groups. I thought we'd have a look at it. Brief look at the loading screen. Oh! Annoying bleeper sound. Alright, annoying bleeper sound. I'll tell you what we'll do as well. We'll zoom in a little bit so you get a nice big picture. There we go. Of course, with that technology of zooming, I have to move myself closer forwards. So, as you've probably guessed, it's a platformer. And you can choose your options, 1, 2 or 3. We're going to go for the joystick. And you're this guy here, unusual style of jumping, because you can, the longer you hold your finger on the button, oops, the higher you jump. So that's quite neat. And those are quite nasty. You can collect a lot of things though. Ooh. Let's see if I can get up there to collect that. Right, we got that, okay. It's got the usual engine that developed this. The MK1 engine. And once you bounce on him, hopefully, I think now I can click that telephone. I'm not sure. Don't worry about the cat, you can walk through them. Now I'm going to click something before I can click that. Ah, the penny. Which once you get that, once you get one of them, I think it looks like a penny. I ain't 100% sure. You can collect the phone. And you can see the items being collected at the top. I've got one phone and no pennies because you need that to collect the phone. It's like a credit, isn't it, for the phone? Okay, well, we'll jump and collect. You can bounce on them, but you can't bounce into them, if you know what I mean. So to kill the bad guys, you've got to jump on top of them, basically. There's another phone there, so we're going to need another penny. Oh, I don't know if I can collect them early. Oops, playing two games here. Can I collect that, have I? Can I collect the phone as well? No, okay, I've got to collect another penny for the phone. And there's that penny I want to collect, so it's going to need a big jump up here, isn't it? Oh, look, there's a taxi going across the screen. We can land on that. We can, now we landed on that, we can walk across, collect that penny. Oh, is it a penny or a euro? I don't know. There we go, we got two. Oh, and that looks like some sort of, that door there, it'll transport you somewhere else. I don't know if I'll get to it, see if I can get to it. And of course you can move yourself in the middle of the air, in mid-air. I'll try and get to that again. I've overshot the mark. No, okay, maybe something I've got to do there. So I'm working the game out as I go along, which is never a good thing. Oh. Ouch. Ouch. Wow, that was a magnificent jump. Didn't think I was going to do that. I think I'll catch the taxi. Whoa. So now I can collect another phone. Where's the other phone? Oh, it's there. Ooh. I've got to be careful because it moves quite quickly across the screen, you know. I've got my penny. I can collect that, surely. Yes. I don't know if it is a penny. Can't collect beans. Well, this could be quite challenging. While you're flashing, of course, you're invincible, so I'm just making a run for it. And that means I can drop down there now because I've got rid of the phone, so that's good. That opens up more sections to the game. Ouch! Whoa, that was a big drop. Didn't want to drop that far, did I? While we're here, see, the confusing thing is, you sort of think that they're gonna kill you, these like waving type cats, but you can't. They're okay. They're kind of cool. I think if you, is it down? I'm gonna press. I don't know. I know it transported me. I can't figure out how to do that yet. I've just died on the other game that I'm using for the sound effects at the back. I bet you can't guess what game it is. Ah! So I can land on them, which will get rid of them, but you can't hit them upwards because it hurts you. Ouch! I'll tell you what, that's going to be tricky to get to that little coin, isn't it? And there's your death sequence. interesting platformer. I like stuff where you have to work out what to do. Just turn that down. Oh, Leap music can be so annoying. In fact, I can turn it off, can't I? Turn it right off. Let's bring me back Manic Piano. What do I think of the game? It was confusing to start with, obviously because it's not in English. The MK1 engine must be a development tool, I presume. Interesting take of a platformer. I kind of liked it. Graphically, it wasn't too bad. Movement was a bit frustrating, you know, because it was too easy to just, especially using the joystick. I should do it with the keys, but the joystick I thought I'd use so I didn't have to search out what the keys was. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Personally, there are other platformers out there, I prefer them more, but this one wasn't bad at all. Wasn't bad at all. Quite big, to be fair. Lack of sound was a shame. Only the sound of the noise. You know, if you can develop for the 48K only, fair enough. But you can use 1 to 8K on it, so why not put an AY tune in the background to give it a bit of atmosphere? Maybe that would have helped, because otherwise you can get a bit repetitive and boring. What mark? 7 out of 10. That's my opinion. We're going back to November 1984 now. Crash was 85 pence. I believe it was 85 pence. Better check that information. Yeah, it was 85 pence. Oh, check it, didn't I? First game of today is going to be a 48K game. I did want to review Ghost Rider, which is Positive Image was the producer, and the author was Tom Cavani, or Cavani. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Canavan. Price was unknown, but it was told to me it was actually £5.95. Missing in action, but I've had this game on a tape somewhere, a copy or pirate. Yeah, I do apologise. I'll definitely tip them if I ever, you know, I do pay for my games now. I was only 12 at the time. It was all a bit of a sprog beat the bug back then. I'll give you the ratings. The user computer was 69%, graphics 57, playability 55, getting started 58, addictive quality 66, value for money 55%, overall was 60%. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find the file, and it would probably take me months to go shifting through all my tapes before coming across this one. Even if I could get it to load successfully, it would be quite an achievement, so I haven't gone to that trouble. But Mission in Action, I know that I have a copy of it somewhere. Going to see if I can source it elsewhere. We'll move on to the next game, which is this one. Bear in mind, most of these games I have never played before. Press I for the instructions. So you can see ZX, J and N, and 1 to pause. Well, that's unusual, isn't it? J and N. Jump and dig. And press any key. You get the suitable easy, not so easy. I'll tell you what, we'll refresh the AY tune. Okay, what was it said about this particular game? Well, it would cost you $1.99. The producer was Badley Computer Games. Derek Louis Laurie was the author. User computers 62%, graphics 49%, playability 53%. Getting started was 54%, addictive qualities 52%, value for money 63%. Its overall rating then was 56%, halfway house. And I've already forgotten the keys, but we'll give it a go. Well, actually, why don't I just use Kempston? Huh? No, we'll use keyboard. We'll try the keys. I see, right, so we can, goodness me. Oh, I see, so we've got to dig through, okay. Oh. I had it on easy as well. You had to put my name in. Oh. Oh boy. Oh, gotcha. It looks like it's in basic. Is there a time limit? So as you can see, I'm digging holes and trying to collect. Ah. Oh, you rotter. So once you dug a hole, you can't Okay, how do we get to there? Gotcha. Gotcha, I've worked it out. I'm on the home stretch. Ow! Owie! Yeah, okay, let's just get on with it, yeah? This time I'm gonna... Right, you can see you got your lives down there. I will check to see if it's basic in a minute. Oh no, I didn't want to do that, did I? Oh, fiddlesticks. That's right, bad boy. You know, for an early game, this is quite fun. Right, I've got them all that side. Oh boy. Oh, I know what's going to happen here, don't I? Oh, that was naughty. Dig through to that one, dig through to that one. Right, we've got one more to collect. Yay! I've cleared the screen. Just a second, let's have a look. Oh, I can't break it. I'll hack it later. Let's try to clear another screen. Oh. Is that too loud? Okay. Oddly enough, it's got a charm about it, to be honest. It's got a certain charm about it. I know it's basic, and it's probably programmed in basic as well, because they move in graphical square movement, so there's a good chance it is a complete basic game. I liked it. So for that reason, even though it only got a low rating of 56 overall percent, the sound, we've got to remember back in 1984 there was no such thing as AY for a Spectrum, or if there was, it was still in development, because the touchpad came in 85, didn't it really? I have to say I'm going to give that a 7.5 out of 10 because I found it quite enjoyable. If my autofocus is playing up, it's because there's nothing else on the screen. But nevertheless, we'll reset the computer and move on to the next game. Okay, we're going to go for one from the Edge. I used to like the Edge. I thought that was a wicked software company. But they've got two of my favourite ways of loading ever, which was Brian Bloodaxe and Starbite, which I thought was really fast. Turned out to be a bit of an illusion. The game we're going to look at, we'll have a quick look at the loading screen, which is quite nice. And you've got the classic The Edge sign. That's the name of the game there. And what are we going to say about it? It's 48k, would have cost you £6.95. Use of computer 75%, a lot of 70s. Graphics 71, playability 73, getting started 70, addictive quality is 59%, value for money 64%, overall 69%. So, you've got your usual choices. Joystick, keyboard, Sinclair, I think we'll go for Kempston. Happens to have it plugged in. It's a maze game. That's all I can really tell you about it. You've got a charge, which you use up when you fire. If you use up all your charge, it's no problem, because you can get some back by collecting those green things. Interesting death sequence, which return every time you die. Moving on to the next screen. That looks like you've got a... You can only fire left and right. You can't fire up or down. So bear that in mind. I'll get my charge back. Now this room's a bit confusing because there's like a couple of gates which you've got to do something before you can get through those. And I won't spend too long on this game. So what do I think about it? Well, they gave it just under 70%. I didn't agree. I thought it was nice, but I'm taking off 9%. I'm going to say it's a 6 out of 10 at best. But never mind. That was by Andrew Beadle, spelled B-E-A-L-E. I hope I've pronounced that right. I'm terrible at pronouncing second names, you know. Terrible. We're going for some classic AY sound now from Robocop. Next game, Tron. I don't think you can get away with naming the game Tron these days, could you? Babbly Computer Games, B-L-A-B-Y, Babbly. I'm not even sure I pronounce that right. I'm so tired this week. It's been a long week. I promise you I'm... So what was the rating Crash gave this back in 1984? Well, use of computer 63, graphics 48, playability 52, getting started 52%. Getting started, which means is how easy it is to get into the game. Addictive quality is 49, value for money 68%. It was only £1.99, so it was a fairly cheap game. In fact, most of the games from this particular software company were £1.99. Overall rating then was given, well, it was kind of poor to be honest, 55%, but we're going to have a look at it anyways. Is it basic? Oh, we can slow it down, so it probably is. Right, we'll turn that down a touch. Player 1's keys are Q, Z, X and A. Q, Z, X and A. That's not difficult at all. We can only... yeah, okay. Press V for computer versus player 1. Okay. So how do we start? Press any other key. Ah. Well, that was quick. Brief, but quick. We'll try again, shall we? Yeah, one player. Computer versus player 1 and press any key. Oh. Did I not win that? ZX Q&A. Okay, I've got it this time, yeah. Oh, I've crashed into my own street. Try again. See if I can trap him. Like he's about to trap me. Yes, have that. Tough luck, old chap. Oh, I've crashed myself. You get one life then, do you? Okay, that's fair enough. We'll try again. One. See, I have to look at the keyboard. Oh, I've died again. One more go. Oh! Trying to break it. Okay. I'm going to give that a 6 out of 10 because oddly enough it's charming for its simplicity and quite fun to play. 55%, well that's effectively 5.5, but personally I quite like it, quite enjoyed it. Let's reset the computer and move on to another game from Crash. Well, it's the first game of 2, and of course it didn't make a Crash Smash. It is of course Beachhead, you can probably make that out there. By US Gold. Beachhead 2 or Fame was a lot better in my opinion, but they were both good games in their right. None of them were easy. They were easy when I was younger. I was able to play them, but as I got older, I wasn't as good. This game would have cost you £7.95. Use of computer was given 86%. Graphics was given 80%. Playability 79%. Getting started 76%. Addictive quality 77%. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. Well, value for money 75%, but that was a lot of money, wasn't it? You know, back in 1984. 8 quid bar 5 pence, of course. Overall rating then was 91%. So let's jog your memory, or shall we say jog my memory, and have a look at the game once again. Got a nice loading screen, I do remember that. A loading screen. Quality. Oh. Press any key for menu. And that was probably the first time I'd seen those square flashing box effect, which also was in, there was a number of games. I don't remember Rambo doing it as well. Rambo was more down the side, wasn't it? So yeah. Skill level is the first thing I have to go to. You got between hard or easy. I'll go hard because I'm really... Oh, I'll go for KD, find keys. So, I can't remember what to do now. Oh, yeah. First thing you do, you move your count to the first one of these points on the board, which we're going to attack this beachhead here. Oh, it just brings back so many memories, this does. And now you've got to sort of get your boat through the minefield. I got one through. 2. How many am I going to get through? I'm going to get all those, have I? Oh my life. So this part of the game is fairly easy, isn't it? And the more bolts you can get through... Oh, I don't know where I missed that. Notice the mines don't actually change position, which might be a feature if they could have made it a little bit more random. But this, without doubt, is a classic. And I'm having no problems at all. Well, I've lost one boat so far, haven't I? The missiles haven't been too hard just yet. I'm kind of not going to go for the more adventurous pattern. 2 more to go. One more and we're there. Oh, this one's actually beginning to be a bit of a challenge, eh? Aha, the missile appeared right when I was just about to make it. And now we've got to intercept these boats, which is, I think, is a firing game now, isn't it? Oh, this brings back memories. I'm ready. Oh yeah, and always try and get the planes. I'm taking some damage, but then again I'm pressing down instead of up. Oh, how did that get away? I keep pressing down. You meant to avoid them, of course. Good thing is rapid fire is achievable. But then so's your ammo. You start losing ammo too quickly if you're not too careful. Let's see if I can start actually dishing out some of what I'm taking. That's it, now we've got to sink the boats, haven't we? Well, there's one that's got away. Oh, come on, that's got to be eating one of them, surely. I'm going to go for the nearer one. I'll do rather badly as usual. There was a knack, wasn't there? I can't tell you they're reaching or not. It does tell you, doesn't it? I used to remember what all the figures used to be to get to the boat, so that was the key, wasn't it? So ship destroyed? Yeah, my ship was destroyed. I've got to start playing this more. I'm going to move out of his way because I'm getting hammered here. As always, I'm not doing that well. I keep pressing up when I'm meant to be pressing down. I'm hitting the keys all badly. Or have I got to fire at the one that's firing at me? I'm not even going to think about it, am I? We need a bigger boat. Now, did I hear, or was that just me losing a ship? I'm going to write down the cheats, I think, make it easier. Anyway, we've all seen the game that I've done rather badly at. Yeah, it's unusual because it only got 79%, and I always thought that that was a crash smash. I like the score sheet. The game playable is okay. I did remember, you have to remember those figures, didn't you? I just can't remember, you know, the elevation of where you need to follow the bullets in order to sink the enemy ships. And of course then you move on to your next stage. Well, because it was 1984, and it's got a demo as well. Impressive that is as well. I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. I think that was one that should have been a crash smash. It's a very enjoyable, playable game. It's got various aspects to it, and I was better than him. I was better than him, wasn't I? But yeah, if you haven't played Beachhead, you should do. I think out of the two games, it's better than the sequel. But, you know, they was both pretty good, wasn't they? Classic, I remember that as well in tanks. A similar sort of firing mechanism. Anyway, let's move on to another game. Hero 48K Activision would have cost you £7.95. Use of computer 76%. Graphics was given 72%. All playability 79%. Getting started was given 75%, which means how easy it was to get into the game to play it. Unusual combination of keys, I must add, on this game. I have played it before, so I should know what to do. And I will give you a fair, accurate representation of the game. Addictive quality 79%, value for money at £7.95. When you see this game, you almost think it's basic. There's not much in the way of graphics. Value for money was given 70%, so its overall rating was 75%. We'll have a quick brief look at any particular loading screen if there is one to be seen. Can't quite remember if there was. No, there wasn't. And you've got your usual choices there. We're going to go for keyboard. And to select level 1, 5, 9, 13 or 17. So you can start from and also game number. So we're going to go for 1 and 1. And to start this game, you press enter to play. So, okay. Right then, we'll land. You blow up that by dropping a bomb, and you then rescue this guy here, and before you can move on to the next screen. I like the little graphical representation of water at the bottom there. So, we'll drop that there. Bomb. No. Bomb. Move away. Then obviously the caverns get bigger. We might need to bomb this as well, so and because that's a dead end, oh, we might be in trouble out. Yeah, I've got to blow myself up because I can't seem to fly back up there. Once you stop hovering, you're dead, aren't you? So okay, so you hold on to. I've got to look at the keys because it's 2 W and A, which I kind of find interestingly hard to achieve. But we've got to my second one. And if you see what I mean about it looking like it's a basic game. Oh, this. So here we need to run across and drop the bomb. Well, the good thing is I dropped a bomb on myself. Oh yeah, you go. I always find it confusing knowing which way the name works. you know. So anyway, 1984. You got to remember the quality of the games were improving. It's a fun little game, although 75% I don't 100% agree with. There's not really that much graphically. So it's the basic sound effects, of course. It's a tough one. I'm going to give that, probably going to be unfair. I'm going to say, let's give that a 6.5 out of 10. I'll be generous. I'll give it that extra 0.5%. Not the same as what Crash gave you at 75%. Value for money at £7.95 at 70%. I certainly don't agree with, because we've played better games than that. They were £1.99. Anyway, moving on. Bit of hair in the background. Pardon a bit about why now. Change of tune. Got to keep it interesting and keep it up to date. We'll have a look at the little waiting screen, should there be one. This is by Activision, 48k, £7.90 by Larry Miller. It's Enduro, which is spelled E-N-D-U-R-O. Use of computer 73%. Graphics was given 67%. Oddly enough, I'll explain more in a moment. Playability 69%. Getting started 69%. Addictive qualities, well, that was given 70%. And value for money 54%, and I should think so. Even though that was 5p cheaper than a couple of the games that we've already reviewed on this show, it's still quite expensive at £7.90. Remember, we've had two £1.99 games and they've been pretty good and enjoyable. And one of them, or both of them even, are probably slightly more advanced than this game. Or are they? Well, we'll find out. Overall rating then was given 67%. We'll have a look at a loading screen, but I do not believe it has one. If it does, it's something new to me. Oh, it does, yes. See, I didn't even know it had a loading screen or not. Oh well. So much for pre-recording research, Mr. Robbins. Hey, I'm just enjoying doing the show. Don't have to research it, do I, surely? Unusual keys, as always. Another one that's using W and 2. W in this case will be brake and 2 is accelerate, and it's OP, move left and right. You can reset the controller by using symbol shift and plus enter, but we don't need to because there's only 4 keys involved, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Basic sound in this game and basic graphics indeed. Let's give it a go then. It just reminds me of one of them early games where you just got to race through everything and dodge anything that gets in your way. If you hit the side, you lose speed. There are little mini chicanes. And you've got to get down to, well, first place. I find myself looking at where the positions rather than concentrating on the track. And if I concentrate on the track, now it's not exactly pole position, but you could say it was an early version. It does have a lot of speed to it though, it does have a feel of speed to it. Yet the cars seem to be moving faster than the actual track itself. If you look at the cars, you're catching them up and the track's moving slightly slower. And you do have a rotating background which does only move in, we make a bit of a snowy grey. I've got down to 150, haven't I? So you've got to keep going as quick as you can. Nice bleeper sound though for the actual sound of the acceleration. However, it's not too hard to stay on the track, but it is hard to dodge them because they come quite quickly. You get up to speed pretty quickly though. Oh, I've just lost 3 places, 4 places. What them all? Get back here. All of them overtaking me right now. Do you know, the early days of the Spectrum, where some of the games were fairly basic, but they were all very playable and most of them were enjoyable in a simple kind of way. And yet this is another one of them that, well, you could have had on a simple handheld. It's simply in what it does, you're just racing. But strangely enough, it's got another charm to it. It is playable, and there is a variation with the background, enough to keep you interested in playing the game, even if you're not like me, very good at it. If I crash any more times, I'll be catching up with the amount of times I've crashed in real life. Whoops. Oh, I bet my insurers love me. Yeah, they rub their hands together when they see me coming. Oh. I drive for a living. Accidents is part of the job. Oh. As long as nobody gets hurt. We can live with a bit of dented steel. Only joking, I don't really crash that many times. Where am I? Oh, I'm in the 70s. I broke a ton. Oh, night driving now. And now those dots are representing the cars that are passing me. Quite really. I'm losing. Am I ever going to get to number 1? Yeah, just watch the road surface. The road surface is moving slower than the cars you're passing, which means they've got to be moving slower than the road, haven't they? I'll tell you what, I think you're giving this a fair go and giving it a fair representation. Now, because you've got less of a view because it's pitch black, you hardly have any other time to react to them. Them dots, they can almost appear out of nowhere. I'm enjoying it. Even if I'm rubbish, I'm enjoying it. I'm at 56. Do you think I can make it to number 1? I highly doubt it. I need the scene to change. I want my vision back, please. Oh, if anything comes in the middle, I'm doomed. I'm on a good run. 45. Oh, look. Oh, come on. I only clipped him. It's when you get loads come together, you know you're in trouble. Hey! It's time to become daylight again. Oh, that's a shame. I was up to 37. And my score's going up and up and up, or is it a time? 31. We're getting there. We've got a bit of greenery with the scenery, and that's good for me because now I can probably see more clearly where the car's coming from. Oh. Well, oh, I was doing so well. I'm going to be there in a minute. I'm catching them. Yeah. Okay, what do I think of the game? Well, that was given 67%. Oh look, it doesn't matter. I got in pole position. I don't care. I've had enough now. I've enjoyed it. Am I going to give that a 6? I'm going to be generous. I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. It was playable. It's fairly easy, and everybody's overtaking me. Good variation of scenes for such a, well, what seems to be more of a basic game. But you know what? As I say, some of these early games were really good, wasn't they? Right, we're flying through the games today, and we've given them all a good play, and I'm going to pick a favourite out of all of them that I've played. Which one of all of these so far that I've reviewed is my favourite? Well, I'll tell you in a minute after the next game. This game's a bit interesting, to say the least. We'll give you the ratings and I'll tell you a bit more about it. Use of computer 65%, graphics 69%, playability 75%, getting started 65%, addictive quality 68%, value for money 79%. Its overall rating then was 70%. The game is called Mutt. 48k game, of course, by Atlantis, and it was by Tina Billett. Don't have a retail price for you because it varied from shop to shop. Recommended price was probably around about £6.95. However, I think it was probably £1.95 for many. We'll have a look at the loading screen, but it doesn't seem to have one if I remember rightly. That's it, it didn't have a loading screen. Pretty simple basic game. Things start appearing on the screen and you would need to get those various items and put them in the various baskets. For instance, obviously that colour item goes with the colour basket that you need, or the tray that you required. Obviously wine glasses and cups. The blue cup will go on the blue tray, and the wine glass, which is in green, will go on the, or cocktail glass if you like, will go on the green tray, where wire fronts goes in the red basket, as well as so on and so forth. The t-shirt, blue basket, and whatever that is, which looks like hair cuttings, and you've got a comb and what could be a rather bad looking sprite for scissors, goes in there. Okay, press a button to continue. You can use joystick. We can use Kempston, of course, so we'll go for J joystick. Once you get the item, you need to first select whatever it is you're collecting, and when you get a certain amount of whatever it is you're collecting, you'll start to flash, which means you've then got to empty it. It's a basic idea of a game, but you need to keep on top of it, because if the screen gets too populated and full, then you can't move and you won't be able to collect anything. You can't empty whatever it is you're collecting until you start to flash. So you need to be able to be quick, and then of course, now you're flashing, you go to the, and you're empty. So we'll try and change again in a moment. We can get a few more. Oh, we put that one back and then we click the blue, and that's it. Yep, we're doing okay. Flashing up to this part. Collect a few more blue until you start flashing. And when it needs you to drop blue in, obviously it doesn't want to do that. Turn that down a touch. Come on, blue. Ah. As soon as we start flashing, we'll be emptying the blue. Need a couple more. One more, is it? Yes. Empty the blue. Put the blue back. And then you move on to this one, and we can clear up all these pink. And already we're full. And we move on to level 2. And now, because we're in level 2, you get a new item up here, which is the t-shirt, the blue t-shirt, but we need to wait till I start flashing again before I can put this back. Actually, we can put it back now. Well, we'll go for this one. That's it. Oh no, I've got tricky to get that one. That's it. We don't have the green yet, so I'm going to go for the blue. Get us a few blue cleared so we can clear the screen. Oh, I need to put the blue back down on. Shall I clear the rest of the blue first? See, you're starting to get more and more trapped as you go, so put the blue black. Now I've put the blue black, guess what, there's a blue up here. So we'll get rid of that and that. Okay, now once we turn black, I want the pink down on it. No, I want the pink, thank you. And with each level you're able to collect less items. I can't get to them. Fortunately I was able to do that. Now let's go and get the... Put that back, sorry. There we go. Right, let's get rid of these t-shirts. And the t-shirts go in the washing machine. The hair goes in the bin. And that's the game! Okay, well, believe it or not, I got 70%. Interesting game though, isn't it? You got a score, fair play. It is interesting, unusual, simple idea for a game. No, I didn't find it that enjoyable to play. Or did I? I don't know. I'm sort of sitting on the fence here. I'm going to totally agree with Crash. And I'm going to give that, I'm going to let it have its 7 out of 10, 70% rating. Okay, move on to the last game for today. Super Mutt. Mutt as in the slang word for dog, I presume. We've had a game based on dogs before now, haven't we? Anyways, Silversalt 48k, £5.95. I'll give you the Steve, is it Brentford's? I don't know his second name, can't remember offhand, I'll have to research that one. I do have the ratings written down though. User computer 78, graphics 82, playability 86, getting started 83. I'm not sure about that because I have played it a couple of times and haven't worked out quite what to do yet. So how you got getting started at 83% is beyond me. Addictive quality is 85%. Don't quite agree with that. Value for money 83%. Strange price compared to the others have either been $1.99, $6.95 or $7.95. Nevertheless, we'll have a look at this game. And of course Silversalt is the one we're looking for. Thought I'd let the bleeper play. Where you can, let the bleeper play, let it ring out, let it ring proud. Even though it sounds like it's a little bit rushed. Anyway, you press any key to play. Right, the keys are, well, ZX, and you can fly by... Well, you can't while you're on that arrow at all. That's your HQ there, so... As you can see, there's like an Apple device going down, so you've just got to avoid those as well. If you hit any of them, you're in trouble. Ooh. And if you hit the buildings, you're also in trouble. Keep going for a bit further, but as soon as we land we'll have a task to do. Was that pants then? It is there, look at the pair of wire fronts, aren't they? Oh, you go all the way back to HQ. Well, I got 12 and I haven't done anything yet, so we'll try again. Basic sound though, isn't it? We won't land there. I stay and hold the... Oh, if I hold the fire down too long, you use up too much energy. So the idea is you've got to keep just gently teasing. You will land on that arrow there, and then you will have a task to do. Just going to go a little bit further, and then I'll try landing. And you can take off where those arrows are, so. And I'm dead again. There is a room we can get into, and we'll do that in a minute. I think this is your first challenge there, is that building. I think if we drop down where there's a little dot. And now, we're in this little section here where you need to collect those up there. However, you need to sort of bounce on those in order to get them, so you've got to walk along. The longer you're clipping on those, you're going to lose life, so you can't jump and move left and move right, but you've got to jump on top of them and then sort of work your way up that way, which is easier said than done, as you can imagine. Well, he got such a high rating. Trying to think here. I didn't like it, to be honest. It was started off quite well. It was hard to control. Yeah, it was a miniature sprite of a graphic, really. It looked good to begin with. I thought, oh, this ain't too bad, is it? And then when I played it a bit more often, I didn't, you know, get into it. So because of that reason, I'm going to give that, and it's probably a low rating for me, I'm only going to give that a 5 out of 10. So, what do I consider the pick of all the games that I've reviewed today? One in particular stands out, and I'm going to show you that game again right now. Why did I pick this game? Because of all the ones I reviewed, which were all reviewed in the issue of number 10 Crash from November 1984. If you went back to the start of the show when I first read that out, I thought, well, first of all, value for money was £1.99, and it was given quite a low rating at 56%. And I thought, well, because that's quite a low rating, and the game itself I quite enjoyed for a low rating game, so I'll give it the pick of the lot. Basic game, of course. You can choose your options there. We go for easy, and we'll go for Kempston. Oops. Oh. And I just thought, had a charm about it, you know, because I kind of felt, I did struggle with it to start with, but yeah, I don't know what it was, I found myself keep going back to play it, which is rare, because usually I get bored of games pretty quickly, you know, I've got a short attention span. And if I don't get into them straight away, you know. But because I found it difficult to start with, it becomes easier obviously as you play it. And there you go. Yeah, and the variation of the way that the graphical characters appear can make the game quite hard, because now instead of things going up and down, you've got things going left and right. I just thought, yeah, that's a game worth playing. No Commodore versus Spectrum, we've run out of time. However, I'll see if I can get it to fit in next week. I do apologise. In the meantime, hope you enjoyed today's Retro Robin show. Sorry last week there was no show. I just had so much on my plate to do. As always, the Retro Robin show is brought to you in association with the Spectrum community. A little bit of fun as we go back to those nostalgia days. Hopefully we found a hidden gem. One of them you might enjoy. One of them you may never have seen before and you'd like to try yourself. All these files are freely available on download. In the meantime, please like, subscribe and share if you haven't already done so. Ring that bell if you want to see more videos like this and more content like this. But for me, Wayne Retro Robbins, depending on when you watch this, all of you have a nice working week or weekend. Take care for now and thanks for watching.